Hi, it's Alannah. Welcome back to YogaYin. Thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to take you through a sequence I put together for a fertility student. This student has got a number of things going on. She's 38 and her periods are irregular in that they can be from every 26 days to 36 days. So we need to re-regulate that period, also get a better quality of flow going. She's also got a very short luteal phase. So whether her period is a 26-day cycle or a 36-day cycle, her ovulation can be quite late, but whenever she ovulates 10 days afterwards, she'll bleed. So we really want to work with the quality of ovulation, the quality of her period, just bringing them back into balance. And there's a few things that we can do from that. She's also suffering from internal cold, so things like loose stools with the bowel and not digesting the food properly. So if that sounds like you, this sequence is going to be suitable for you. If you are looking for a personalized sequence, I am now booking up the end of August, so please let me know. If that's too long to wait for you, I'm also offering personalized programs now from the videos that are already available on YouTube. So if you would like that, it would be a personalized program, so we would go through the videos that are suitable for you at every stage of your cycle. Then get in contact with me on Facebook and we can do that. There's no waiting list for that. Namaste. Hari Om. So what I want you to do is come to the back of your mat into a kneeling pose, and we're going to begin in a moon salutation. So we want to get the body moving to warm it up, and we also want to increase progesterone in the body because that is low. But also my student is really suffering with anxiety. We don't want to heighten that by coming into a full sun salutation. So if you suffer from stress or anxiety really badly, moon salutation is always a better option to sun salutation. Okay, beautiful. What I want you to do first of all is just take your knees a little bit out to the side. Reach your arms up in the air, stretch up, and then slide the arms out and drop your head forward. Now don't worry if your buttocks aren't touching your heels, that's fine. But we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here. Let your belly be nice and free. And any stress or anxiety, I want you to just release it through your forehead. Let it go. Really notice any tension in the body. And just release it. Everything softening. Good, and then float your eyes open if you've closed them. Look between your hands, and we're going to slide into Bhujangasana Cobra pose, but gentle cobra. Hands beside the chest, elbows tucked in, and looking up. Breathing down into the belly. And use that weight on the belly to really feel the inhalation way down deep into the tummy. And as you exhale, the belly draws back to the spine. Just balancing out the spleen. One more breath. And then come back up onto your hands and tuck your toes under. Hips in the air, like so. Walk your hands forward, spread your fingers nice and wide, and the inner elbows are turned toward one another. And then gently release one heel at a time. Working into the kidney meridian at the backs of the legs. warming up the body. Soften between your shoulder blades, drop your head. Notice if it's your tendency to look forward, and really release it. And start to feel the body warming up now with this movement. Good. Drop your heels down into downward dog. Don't worry if your heels don't touch the floor. And then I want you to raise your right leg and step it through, and we're going to come into a lunge. Now, if you need to drop your back knee for this lunge, please do so. Otherwise, come up onto the toe, bring the hands to prayer at the heart. 5 deep breaths here. So really building up some heat in the body there. Step back, walk through the feet, keep the flow going. And then release, raise your left leg, step the left leg through into the lunge, drop the back knee here if you need to, uncurl the toe, or come up. Looking straight ahead. And then release it. Back to downward dog once more. Legs should be feeling nice and warm. Release your heels down. We're going to take 5 deep breaths in downward dog. One more. And then inhale, come forward, taking your knees underneath your hips, walking your hands underneath your shoulders. Into cat. Inhale, open up the body. Exhale and curl and release. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to curl. Gently come back to a neutral spine. Take your knees out to the side, big toes together. And gently release your head back down to the mat. Breathing deeply here. Good, really let it go. Walk your hands back up, knees in together, raise your arms and then lower them. Okay, so we're going to go through that again now, but a different variation. So inhaling and exhale, knees out to the side, fold forward. Really extend your exhalation. Let it go. Look between your hands. Come back into a cat. Knees slightly wider than the hips this time. Hands underneath the shoulders and just circling the buttocks. Sexy cat. Drawing a circle with the buttocks. Really feeling into the lower back and into the uterus. And just feel everything releasing. Good, reverse those circles. And just be aware when you're doing this to try not to come backwards and forwards, but isolate that pelvic area. Breathe down into it, let the belly be free. Good, come back to a neutral spine, walk your hands forward, knees in together, back to downward dog, walking through the feet. Should feel a little bit more open in the backs of the legs, the body should be feeling warmer. Good, sink your heels down, raise your right leg behind you, and this time we're going to take that right knee through to the right wrist, slide the back leg down, pigeon pose. Now, if this is enough for you, I want you to stay here, looking straight ahead. Pigeon pose can be quite difficult for some people. If you're feeling that your hips are a bit compromised, tuck that toe under. Okay, if you can, if the availability is there, drop your head down and take 5 deep breaths here. One more deep breath. Inhale, look up. Tuck your toe under. Step back to downward dog. Walk through your feet once more. Keep that energy moving. Good. Sink your heels down. Lift your left leg up. Bring it through to your left wrist. Slide your back leg down. Either stay upright, if that feels better for you, or if you did on the other side, come down. Just releasing, letting everything go here. One more breath. Beautiful. Walk your hands up. Tuck your toe under. Back to downward dog. Sink your heels down and really find your downward dog. Heels down towards the mat, hips towards the ceiling, softening between the shoulder blades, dropping the head. 5 deep breaths here. downward dog to balance the entire endocrine or hormonal system. One more deep breath. And then drop the knees, uncurl the toes, knees out to the side of the mat, big toes together. Rest the head, drop the elbows now. One more deep breath. And then gently walk your hands back up to a kneeling position. Raise the arms up and over the head and exhale. Bring them down beside the body. Good. Now the body should be feeling nice and warm now, but not overheated. So we haven't pushed the body into the sympathetic nervous system, keeping it nice and calm in the parasympathetic. So for this next part of our yoga practice, I want you to have some props. I want you to have either two bolsters, if you have those, or two pillows that are quite thick, of around the same size, and then a little pillow for under your head. And also, because this video is about working with internal cold, I want you to have a blanket as well. So go and get those things. Okay, so come into a kneeling position in the center of your mat. Having worked now with warming up the body and getting the blood flowing through the body, also right down to the uterus, particularly with Sexy Cat, and also having worked with strengthening the body and using a little bit of activity to just increase progesterone in the body, we're now going to come up onto our knees and come into Parigasana gate pose. So what I want you to do is take your right leg out to the side, just point the toe and make sure that your leg is in a nice line with your knee. Beautiful. And what we're going to do now is we're going to raise that left arm and we're going to gently stretch over that right leg, head looking up towards the ceiling, holding it here for a few deep breaths. Good, and then come back up and then fold over gently to the other side. If you can, bring your knuckles down or palm down. Take the other arm up and over, deep stretch into the right side. Beautiful, and then come back up and release the knee. So now we're working with intensely opening up the liver meridians in the body. So down, take that left leg out to the side. Make sure it's lining up nicely with the right knee, and when you're ready, again, we're going to fold over. And then inhale, come back to center. And again, drop your palm down or your knuckle down, whatever is comfortable for you. Good. Raise the other arm up and over. Point the toe. And inhale and exhale, come all the way back up. Back down onto the knees. And if you find sitting on your knees uncomfortable, I want you to grab a small pillow and just pop it in between your buttocks and your heels. Well done. Okay, that's quite a strenuous posture, working into our liver meridians. This time we're going to do something that's a bit softer, circle of joy. So I want you to interlace your fingers and bring them to your heart. And then inhale here and exhale, fold forward. Palms turned out towards me. Good. Arms alongside ears, stretching up towards the ceiling. Taking a breath. Drop the shoulders. And then inhale and exhale, take the hands behind the head. Squeeze the shoulder blades and gently windmill the arms. Feel that release. Good. Inhale, reach up again. Come over to your right side and take that arm up and over the head. Look up towards the ceiling. If that's not comfortable for your neck, just look forward. And then sweep that arm around in front of you. Take it back behind you. Look towards the thumb. And then bring it back again. Take the arm out a little further. Swing it back. One deep breath. And then all the way back up. Reach up. Fold down to the other side. Keep both buttocks firmly on the mat. So you're stretching the side of the body. Looking straight ahead if that's more comfortable for your neck. 3 more deep breaths. And then sweep the arm around, take it behind you, look to the thumb. Beautiful. And a little bit deeper. And then all the way back up to center, reach up. Take the hands behind your head. See if there's a little bit more give there now. Good. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring the hands down to prayer at the heart. Beautiful. Body should be feeling nice and warm. And now to calm the mind right down, we're going to practice prana mudra. So if you know this, I'd like you to do 6 rounds in your own time. If you don't, come with me. We're going to release the hands and inhale, raise them up and over the head. And then exhale, bring them down through the center line and peel them away to the tips of the fingertips, all the way down to the base of the body. Inhale and raise the energy. And exhale and release it. Now if you're happy to do this and close your eyes, do so. Otherwise, just keep coming with me, inhaling. Exhaling right down to the base of the body, slow breath. Inhale to raise. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. When you finish your last round, bring your left hand on top of right, tips of the thumbs together. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Focusing on the coolness of the breath, the nostrils. Float the eyes open. Come down now into a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together. Open the knees nice and wide out to the side. And either interlace your fingers around your toes or take hold of your ankles, whichever keeps your back nice and straight. And then we're going to gently Sufi grind. So again, warming up the pelvis and the womb and the uterus, working into the lower spine. Bringing the energy to this area and really feel it in your own body now, the heat that builds up in this area as you practice this sequence. And then reverse those circles. Make a note of which direction your body prefers to circle, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Beautiful. And then come back to center and gently drop the chin. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Really connecting in with the belly button. Feel the blood flowing around the uterus. And then I want you to open out the legs to Upavista Konasana. Now lots of us find this pose a bit tricky, a bit challenging. If you are feeling it in your knees, I want you to bend up your knees. If you're feeling it on the inner thigh, that's a good thing. Take your pillow now, sit your buttocks up, and that will just help your spine to become a little bit straighter. We're going to interlace the fingers, raise them up and over their head, and inhale here, and then exhale, gently fold down to your right, and inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, gently fold down to your left, and inhale, back up to center. Then exhaling over your right leg, and coming back up, not staying there, and exhaling over the left, and coming back up. And now we are going to stir the bowl. Six rounds to one side. And then 6. To the other. All the way back up to center, and then release. Release off your legs. Coming back. Toes pointed up towards the ceiling, taking the body to a really calm space. Now, take the flesh of the buttocks back, sitting up on your pillow if you wish to. Inhale here, raise your arms. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Now, if you struggle with your lower back, I want you to bend up your knees here. Just drop your head wherever you are. And then inhale, come up and out of the hips. And exhale, sink down. 6 deep breaths. One more. Inhale, reach out. Bring the arms all the way up and over, and then bring them back down beside the body. Remove your pillow now, if you have one. Take the buttocks forward on the mat, lie back on the mat into Uttanasana. Hands over the knees. And just making small circles. Releasing off your lower back. And then reverse those circles. And hug the knees into the belly. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana now. So what I want you to do is to take your bolsters or your pillows and place them either side of your mat at about hip level. And we're going to gently bring the soles of the feet together, open out the knees, place your little pillow beneath your head, grab your blanket because I don't want you to get cold. And we are going to stay here for a few minutes. Good. And I want you to bring the tips of your thumbs, your forefingers together. Place them over the belly. And when you're ready to just close the eyes. Inhale, feel the hands on the belly rise. Exhale, twist back to the spine. Allowing the body to really integrate all the benefits of our practice. When you're ready, gently float your eyes open. If you can hear your tummy rumbling, that's a good thing. It means that the parasympathetic nervous system has kicked in. If you're anything like me, you could stay there for another half an hour. But now we're going to gently take one knee over to the other. Roll off to one side. And when you're ready, make your way into Viparita Karani. Legs up the wall. Okay, so bringing your mat over to a wall, popping your pillow about halfway down your mat, coming into Viparita Karani from the side, buttocks to the wall, and then legs all the way up the wall. Good. Head on pillow, and then let's not forget blanket, just to keep the body nice and warm. Bringing the hands into Yoni Mudra, over the belly once more. Closing the eyes. And then if you wish to, you can either keep your feet together if that's comfortable, or take them out to the side. Once again, working into the liver meridian. Bringing the feet together. Feeling the flow of blood come back to the uterus. When you're ready, gently bend your knees, roll off to one side, and make your way back to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Beautiful. We're going to close our sequence with another yogic breath, Brahmari or humming bee breath. What I'd like you to do for this one is just have your blanket around you, being mindful of that internal cold. And I want you to take your 2 index fingers and just place them gently inside your ears. Not yet, because I want you to be able to hear me, but this is what we're going to do. Just watching me, I'm going to place them gently inside the ears. Inhale through the nose, and exhale, we're going to hum. And this breath is all about restoring the nervous system. So when you're ready, come with me. We're going to do 5 deep breaths, and when you're finished, I want you to bring your palms to your lap, like so. When you're ready, float your eyes open. I want you to take hold, and I want you to take hold of your dominant wrist behind your back with your index finger and thumb, like so. And gently bow towards your feet in a gesture of respect. Om Niva Shivaya. I bow to the greatness within. And coming back up, bringing the hands to prayer at the heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste.